Hello and welcome to Sports Stash, where you can stay up to date with the latest updates in sports. Arsenal Football Club is a professional football club based in Islington, London, England, which plays in the Premier League. The club has won 13 league titles, including one unbeaten title, a record 14 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, 16 FA Community Shields, the League Centenary Trophy, 1 European Cup, and 1 Inter-Cities Fairs Cup. There are some action-packed moments in the Premier League. Manchester United got the latest round underway with a hard-fought win over Aston Villa to move level on points with leaders Liverpool, who play Southampton. Leicester and Tottenham also kept pace with the top two, having secured victories over Newcastle. Elsewhere, Manchester City pronounced a stunning display to overcome Chelsea, and the result piles the pressure on manager Frank Lampard, while Arsenal thumped West Brom to continue their recent revival. Today, we'll be bringing you 10 talking points from Premier League action. We have more exclusive content for you, so don't forget to subscribe to Sports Stash for more updated and entertaining content. Just one click on the bell icon and stay with us. Now, let's start with the Premier League highlights. 10 points with Arsenal's continued revival. Number 1. Goals starting to flow for Arsenal. 3 successive wins over the festive period have banished talk of Arsenal and relegation battles, and the key has been manager Mikel Arteta finally igniting the attack. Arsenal's goal tally was meager heading in, but 8 goals in 3 games, including a 4-0 win at West Bromwich Albion, shows that Arteta has found the right balance. Alexander Lacazette, Emile Smith-Rowe, and Bukayo Saka formed a 3-pronged attack and combined to produce a goal for Saka that resembled the football played by Arsenal at the height of the Arsene Wenger era. With Kieran Tierney scoring a sensational opener, Arsenal suddenly looks full of goals, and the pressure on Arteta is lifting. Number 2. Woeful West Bromwich shows no signs of recovery. West Bromwich Albion's draw with Liverpool is beginning to look like the exception that proves the rule, since they have suffered 2 horrible home defeats against Leeds, 0-5, and Arsenal, 0-4. Relegation battle specialist Sam Allardyce looked as though he might have taken on a challenge that's too big even for him. West Brom has conceded 13 goals and picked up only 1 point in Allardyce's 4 games in charge. Number 3. Ominous signs as Man City starts to click. 16 sublime minutes at Stamford Bridge were enough for Manchester City to prove they are still a major player in the title race this season, despite a slow start. Goals by Ilkay Gundogan, Phil Foden, and Kevin De Bruyne ripped Chelsea apart as City claimed a 3-1 win to move up to 5th and within striking range of leaders Liverpool and Manchester United, having played a game less. City's best performance of the season was achieved with 6 players missing as a result of COVID-19, while Sergio Aguero and Riyad Mahrez were only on the bench. Number 4. Pressure on Lampard grows. While Manchester City's defense has emerged as the finest in the Premier League, Chelsea's has declined after an impressive start to the season. Against City, the Blues conceded 3 first-half goals in a Premier League game at Stamford Bridge for only the 2nd time in their history. They were unpicked by Phil Foden's running and Kevin De Bruyne's masterful through balls, and the result places Lampard under greater pressure. Chelsea has managed just 1 win in their last 6 games, losing 4 of those to slip from the title of contenders to 8th place in a matter of weeks. Lampard must find solutions quickly. Number 5. United setting the stage for a high-octane clash with Liverpool. Manchester United's 2-1 win over Aston Villa has set the stage for a highly anticipated clash with traditional rivals, Liverpool at Anfield on January 17th, with the title race looking to be the closest in years. Having suffered false dawns under 3 managers since they won their last league title in 2013 in Alex Ferguson's final season, United now have an identity under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They are unbeaten in 10 league matches, and even if Solskjaer is doing his best to play down their title ambitions, he knows that in this most strange of seasons, United is in the mix. So guys, hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, don't stop yourself to subscribe to Sports Stash. Just click on the bell icon to be notified when our next video is live, and keep watching. Number 6. Pogba's key role. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer found a different role for Paul Pogba as speculation continues to surround the midfielder's future. Pogba had been played in a deeper midfield role against Wolves and struggled to impose himself on the game as United left it late to snatch a winner. But he was crucial to the victory over Villa after starting on the left-hand side of the Red Devils' attack, with Marcus Rashford switching over to the right flank. The change to the team's setup was instrumental in United's first half opener. Pogba beat his man with an exquisite flick before finding Rashford on the right, with the striker releasing Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who fired in the cross for Martial to head home. The French midfielder then played a key role in United's second, winning a penalty within 2 minutes of his side conceding an equalizer. Number 7. Grealish shows his class. Grealish's cross for Traore's goal wasn't the first time he had split United's defense in search of an equalizer. The Villa star took the game by the scruff of the neck early in the second half as he looked to get his side back in the game. Minutes before he set up Traore's leveler, he went on one of his marauding runs down at United's right flank and fashioned a similar chance for Ollie Watkins. The Villa striker rose well to fire a head-on goal, and David De Gea produced a fine reaction save to tip over the bar. Grealish wasn't done after Villa's equalizer and carved out several more chances after United regained the lead. Incidentally, De Gea was playing his 327th Premier League game, putting him 5th on United's all-time list and breaking Roy Keane's record for the most Red Devil appearances in the division by a non-British player. Number 8. Tottenham needs more than Son and Kane. If Jose Mourinho's Tottenham Hotspur side are to mount a sustained challenge for the title, they must stop being so reliant on Son Heung-min and Harry Kane. Mourinho described them as telepathic after both scored in the 3-0 win over Leeds United to end a runoff of 4 games without a league win. Kane's pass for Son's goal means they have already combined for 13 league goals this season, equaling a Premier League record for a whole season, and they have 22 league goals between them this season. Yet Tottenham does not look convincing. Leeds dominated possession, and while the hosts were clinical, allowing opponents so much of the ball is fraught with danger, especially against top 4 rivals with greater firepower. Number 9. Sheffield United running out of time for one big moment. Chris Wilder has urged his Sheffield United players to draw inspiration from the team which beat the drop 30 years ago after a similarly terrible start to the season. A 2-0 loss at Crystal Palace on Saturday meant the Blades have now set a new record for the longest winless run at the beginning of a Premier League campaign. Bottom of the table United has 2 points after 17 games, but Wilder has been in a similar situation before during the 1990 through 1991 term. Under the stewardship of Dave Bassett, the newly promoted Blades started life in the top flight with no victory from their first 16 fixtures. But once they got off the mark, the shackles were off and they eventually finished in the 13th position to stay up comfortably. On what his players need to do, Wilder said, quote, "It has to come from within. It's not going to come from outside. It's got to come from the players finding a big moment, a big half of football, and finding a big result." Optimistic words from their boss, but they were running out of time. Number 10. Palace's take on board Hodgkin's pep talk. First half goals from Jeffrey Schlupp and Abire Eze saw Crystal Palace return to winning ways for the first time since December 6th. After recent heavy defeats to Liverpool and Aston Villa, Roy Hodgkin's side bounced back with a draw at home to Leicester before they produced a professional display against the Blades. Defender James Tompkins felt Schlupp's 4th-minute opener was key and added, quote, "The manager said we had to take the second half against Leicester into the first half of this one," adding that in the Premier League, you can't start slowly. Go a goal down or two and it's a long way back. So they did well. They knew it was going to be a bit of a battle. They wanted to get their first win on the board and didn't want it to be against. So they had to start brightly and get that first goal. So these were the Premier League highlights. 10 points Arsenal continue revival. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can join the Sports Stash and be part of the channel. Thanks for watching the video.